everybody, welcome back to Midvale Minis. I'm Kat. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. The project I'm working on today is a colonial type house, which I'm going to convert into a store at Colonial Williamsburg. So let's start the first big project of 2026 together.
This is a photo of the Prentice Shop on Duke of Gloucester Street in Colonial Williamsburg. This shop is the inspiration for my project. Please notice the tiny little windows over the door. They will come up later on in the video. When I got this dollhouse, it had a flap that covered the second floor. I would really like to be able to see the entire inside at one glance, so I'm going to remove that flap. And here it is without the flap. Next, you see this green piece of wood trim right here. That's really an indoor trim kind of piece, but it was put on the outside for some color. I really don't want it there, so I'm going to remove it. It still has some nails in it, so I'm going to remove those as well. Next, I'm going to remove some of the damaged roofing shingles and replace them with some of the ones that were on the flap I just removed from the other side of the house. That way I know they're going to match perfectly. I used my hairdryer to try and loosen up some of the glue, and then I did a dry fit of one of the shingles. Now I'm removing the next shingle and so on. I'm only showing you a snippet of this process, but it took me several hours to complete. And now we're moving on to the door. As you can see, this door has those little windows above it, just like the actual Prentice Shop. The challenge with this door is that the inside of the door does not have the raised panels on it. So I'm going to try to remove the door so I can actually add some pieces of wood to make it look just like the outside raised panels. I'm trying to be as gentle as possible because I don't want to break it. I'm leaving in the actual audio when the door finally gave.
Yay, success!
Now that the door has been removed, I'm going to concentrate my efforts on the porch floor. I really like how it looks with the old wood. It looks like it's been there for a couple centuries, but it is very damaged, and I'm going to attempt to fix it without losing the character of the wood. So I started with some very low grit sandpaper. That wasn't working as well as I wanted, so I added some heat from my hairdryer and tried to peel it off with my finger. Again, that was very challenging, so I started to use some heavy grade sandpaper, and finally it gave. And I'm really thrilled with how it looks. I like that it still has some shading and some color differentiation. It does look worn in different spots. I did go back with my X-Acto knife and I made sure that the glue that had been sort of forced in between the boards was now cut free so that it looks like the distinct boards that it's supposed to be. Here is a photo of the house when I first got it. You can see the green felt that's down on the bottom, and it was put on with hot glue. And here's what the roof looks like all fixed up. And I'll pan down and you can see the floor. I am super pleased with how it came out. It's looking really good so far. I do have a lot more to go, but I'm very pleased with the progress. Here's a picture when I first got the house, and here's what it looks like so far. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!